If I fold the cover correctly, you can't see the text anymore. Now, you could almost mistake it for a real photo. Hello, Mr. Lee.
Hello, Miss Kalenkov.
Do you know that George Rooney is on board?
Yes, of course. He's sharing a cabin with the Pope.
Don't you believe me?
Of course not. He wouldn't board a ship like this if you paid him for it.
I wouldn't be so sure. Haven't you seen the photo on the wall yet?
What photo?
Come with me, I'll show you. Here.
That would be a sensation. That would be too good to be true. But what would he be doing here? No, it can't be. You just want to annoy me. If George Rooney was on board, I would have noticed a long time ago. And you'd hardly be seeing him alone without bodyguards.
He's traveling in disguise. Of course. That goes without saying.
And why should he do that? He could buy a much nicer and larger ship anytime.
He still has his doubts, but with a bit of convincing, I could persuade him to take a photo of that false doctor. Then I would have proof that something here isn't quite right. There's this new series called, Emergency Boat. That's why Mr. Rooney has to spend a week on a small boat disguised as a doctor. It's really the only way he can see what the working day of a ship's doctor is like, so he can play the role perfectly.
Sounds logical, but it seems too good to be true.
Just come with me. I even know which cabin he's in.
I can hardly see anything. Is that really supposed to be George Rooney?
That's what I said. You can take your photo now. It'll make you a star among the professional paparazzi. But I want a copy, too.
That doesn't help me at all. There'd be nothing to see on the photo except his back.
He's right there. I'll have to find some way of making sure there's more of him to see. Hello, Mr. Lee.
Hello, Miss Kalenkov.
Okay, now the photo should work fine.
Really? That would be great. Then come quickly. Yes, it should work now. But he doesn't really look like George Rooney. Are you sure?
Of course, he's disguised himself so that people won't recognize him. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to prepare for his role peacefully.
Sounds logical. Another one for you. You've earned it. Here, this is for you. You just can't imagine what a favor you've done me. This is one of the greatest days of my life. Thanks a lot.
The pleasure's all mine, and many thanks for the photo. You are actually quite a good barkeeper.
I do my best, but I'm afraid I'm not a perfect substitute.
Hello. What can I do for you?
I've taken a photo of your alleged ship's doctor. Either the guy just likes dressing up, or we're dealing with a swindler here, or perhaps something even worse. Are you convinced now?
Oh my God, you're right. But I don't understand. Could you explain?
I can try, but I'm afraid I don't know much more. The question is, Shouldn't we take care of the false doctor first? He should certainly be able to answer some of our questions.
Good idea. Come with me. I'm curious to hear what he has to say for himself. So, where is he?
Sick bay?
Okay, let's take a look. Miss Jordan! Oh my god, she's dead!
Do you see the welts on her throat? She was strangled.
What do we do now?
I don't know. In any case, you should inform the police, right?
Yes, good idea. Why did this have to happen on my ship? If this gets out, nobody will want to travel on my ship anymore.
Is that all you can worry about? There's a woman lying here, obviously murdered, and you're worried about business?
You're right. I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. It must have been the shock.
All right, but you should really call the police now.
Yes, I will. I'll send out a radio message and make straight for the nearest port. Please wait here and make sure nobody touches anything.
I can do that, but please hurry. I don't feel really at ease next to a corpse. Poor Miss Jordan. Who did that to her? And why? What was that? It sounded like shots. Thanks, you have. But what?
Later. Now, first we need to...
Oh my god! It's all true!
Phew! That was the last of the gear from the boat. It's pretty warm here. Yes, very warm.
You'll get used to it. Well, I sure didn't expect to see you here, not even in my wildest dreams.
Well, you know, when they asked if I'd like to do a photo documentary on Sam Peters, the famous archaeologist, it didn't take me long to make up my mind. It's a small world, huh?
So it is. I think I haven't seen you since our college days. How long ago was that?
Can't be all that long ago. We're both still in our early 20s.
Right. And you still look just as attractive now as you did then.
Thanks.
So, before you get so embarrassed that the ground swallows you up, would you like to rest for a bit? You must be tired after that long journey.
Asleep on my feet, to be honest, but there's a couple of things I'd like to know before I hit the hay, or my curiosity will probably keep me awake.
Okay, here's a brief summary. I followed up on some rumors about the existence of an ancient temple. After months of searching, I finally found it. A few weeks ago, my team and I started examining the outside of the temple more closely.
Your team? Where did they all go?
That's a long story.
Keep it short.
I had 5 native assistants and 2 colleagues from the university in Jakarta, but the moment we got here, things started going wrong.
In what way?
There were certain incidents. At first, it was things disappearing, then scaffolding collapsing, and finally, my 2 colleagues just vanished without a trace.
Without a trace? You mean they never came back?
No. Instead, this guy showed up and told my native workers that they were desecrating sacred ground.
What guy?
I don't know. He certainly wasn't dressed for the jungle. Went about wearing some kind of robe all the time. A really sick individual.
So what did he want?
He said that the volcano in the west of the island was going to erupt soon, and that only Puritas Cordis could help us escape from all the disasters that are about to strike.
Puritas Cordis? That European sect that keeps predicting the imminent end of the world?
Beats me. I would assume he was just some grave robber trying to get rid of us so he could have the temple's treasures to himself. That volcano hasn't been active in decades.
Looks like his threats got to your workers, though.
No, they didn't run away until the guy came back, ranting about how something terrible would happen very soon unless they left this place at once. Next day, they found a dead orangutan in the camp. This animal is sacred to the natives, so they freaked out. I've never seen anyone run so fast and so far.
And you've been here alone ever since?
Yes. I've sent for more people from the mainland, but these things take longer here than they do elsewhere.
So I've noticed. Have you been inside the temple yet?
No. I found the back entrance, but I cannot get the door open. It has a strange inscription. I managed to decipher it, but that didn't get me anywhere. I'll show you tomorrow.
Okay. I think it's time I got some sleep anyway. Oh, just one more thing. What's with the strange totems set up all around the camp? You're not superstitious, are you?
No, don't worry. But the peacock feathers keep the wild animals away.
Really? How so?
They see the big eyes on the feathers and think, wow, if that's the size of its eyes, how big is the whole animal? And then they scoot fast.
Oh, okay. But it doesn't seem to have worked on that monkey over there.
Thank goodness. He's the only one left. Every morning when I walk over to the temple, the little guy runs on ahead and waits for me there. He comes to get me in the evenings, too.
I see your magnetism doesn't work on humans alone.
You'd better get yourself to bed. I'll show you around tomorrow. Maybe your flirting will improve after a good night's sleep.
I'll do my best. Sweet dreams.
Thanks. Same to you.
Help me! Sam, no funny business, or I'll bump you off in the spot. What's going on? Sam?
I'll go back to my patrol then. You should be able to handle this, right?
Sure.
Remember, the girl must not cross our plans. The last couple of test runs were far from perfect. And if the dress rehearsal goes bad as well, we'll be facing one heck of a problem.
I get it. I'm not stupid.
Well, one could argue about that. But I hope you know what is at stake. This UN meeting gives us a unique opportunity. Puritas Cordis cannot pass up this chance.
The bimbo won't escape. I'm watching her like a hawk.
Hello? I am not a bimbo! And I won't be locked up either. What is all this about anyway? Let me out of here now!
We warned you more than once, but you just had to go all heroic on us. You should have done what your workers did. They were smarter than you and cleared out right away.
How dare you talk to me like that? I have a right to know what...
Shut it! One more word and I'll break your jaw. I've gotta go. Keep guard here until I come back. And if she gives you trouble, just shut her up for good.
Okay.
Uh-oh, another fine mess I've gotten myself into. I have no idea what they want from me, but they don't appear to be the most likable people I ever associated with. At least that one guy has left. He made an extremely brutal impression. I hope the other one isn't quite as nasty. No idea whether Max is still alive, but somehow I need to draw attention to myself. Maybe somebody out there will notice.